Hey, welcome to week 3 video journal for Acting Theory in America. We're talking about Strasberg and the method this week. And I have to say, I've heard a lot about the method. Have even taught my kids a little bit about the method, and the kids are very familiar with method actors, such as Heath Ledger and Daniel Day-Lewis and some of the other big names that are always brought up whenever one is talking about method acting. Um, but one thing I just found that it was very enlightening to learn the truth about method acting and kind of where it originated from and the people who are involved in teaching method acting and getting a little bit of a different perspective. So I enjoyed it. I thought that every part of the reading was interesting and intriguing, and it made me want to learn a little bit more about the method. So, first of all, talking about method acting reconsidered, I thought that the first chapter that we did not have to read, called "I Hate Strasberg," is a little bit a little bit telling, but we didn't read that, so I didn't read that. But the article that we did read, the Salvaging Strasberg, it did seem like the beginning of the article at least had the idea that it was after the answer to the question, how much damage did Strasberg do um, for the system that Stanislavski brought over, and all that stuff. And it seems like he was kind of a scapegoat in some ways. It's hard to tell. It's just piecemealing every bit of information that we get. Um, it seems like Strasberg was concerned, or people are concerned that Strasberg's method was focused too much on the emotional and not the physical. And the more I read about Strasberg and the method and watched videos about famous actors talking about the method, I really feel like this particular style of acting and process might be a little bit better suited to film acting, as you can get a little bit more subtle with the physical choices that you're making, and a bit more emotional with the proximity to the camera. Um, so that's just kind of my thoughts on method acting, from that particular article. And then reading about the Actors Studio was really inspiring and really cool. Like, what a wonderful place for just a whole bunch of artists to come and work. I loved how they had 3 years, and the first year was dedicated to learning everything about performance and about acting, so that you can look from an actor standpoint when you are serving as a director or when you're serving as an acting teacher. Um, I thought that was really neat, and I thought it was neat that the second year they then broke apart and ran in parallel lines, which was just sounds so effective. And yeah, and so it seems again like there are a lot of film actors mentioned in there, and there's a bunch of name dropping in the Actors Studio, but I mean, I guess that's what keeps it so alive. And the first article actually mentioned about the tenacity of the method actors being part of what's frustrating so much, is because people continue to subscribe to the belief of method acting and the process that Strasberg taught initially. Um, Another thing that I thought was interesting was the Actors Studio was actually open for a number of years before Strasberg even came in. So he didn't really have anything to do with the conception, as it were, but did play a role, a very important role, as an acting instructor at the Actors Studio. Um, it's also interesting about the drama school, and I think that there is a lot of wonderful opportunities for the students at the drama school. First, I loved how they auditioned without a monologue, because I have this love hate relationship with monologues anyway. Like, you have to have them for auditioning, but they're just such a hard thing to have to sit through as a high school teacher. Those monologues about the divorce papers being eaten. I don't know if any of you high school teachers have encountered the "I ate the divorce papers" monologue, but it is quite interesting. Anyway, I digress. I thought again the name dropping in the Actor Studio Drama School chapter was interesting. But who wouldn't want to get a masterclass from Julia Roberts or Shirley MacLaine or Whoopi Goldberg or Danny Glover or Dennis Hopper? I mean, all the names in here are just wow. I also thought it was interesting that they get their dance training and their vocal training from professional studios in the area. Just reinforcing the fact that it was about artists just getting the best training that they possibly can from every possible avenue, from movement to ballet to um, um, the vocal training. I went ahead and read the Strasberg chapter in Brestoff, which I thought was also fascinating, as it gave us like a really interesting play by play on the method, just a quick overview of the method. And I thought that that was particularly useful um, and kind of eye opening for us to actually see what the method was actually intended to be. And so it seems like it was really useful. The videos by Ellen Burstyn on YouTube have been very enlightening too, with her perspective on the method and how how important it was that all of those sense memory exercises happened. One of the most profound things that Ellen Burstyn says in one of her interviews about the method is that sense memory training that you have year after year in the actor studio trains you to respond to imagined circumstances. And I thought that was very powerful. How all the sense memories and the holding the imaginary cup of coffee or hot tea or hot cocoa and having all of the being truthful in that moment as you're recreating these imagined circumstances just helps you to practice imagined circumstances and living in your imagination a lot more. And I thought that that was very useful and a really important takeaway that I think I can teach my students as we go into the school year, learning about all of the different acting teachers that have come before and have influenced so many of us all around the United States. So, thank you so much. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's videos. And have a good week. Bye.